folks, Carl the Shark Sugar here again with another fantastic interview with you. I've got just a great interview. I'm so excited to be here for you. And this is SharkBites.tv and our podcast as well. We just got approved actually for Amazon, so we're on Amazon Prime, Amazon Video Direct. And to my right, or my left, your right, we've got Alex Jeffries. And Alex Jeffries is an internet marketing legend. Okay, so that's why I said I'm really excited to have him here today. Super excited to have you here.
Thank you.
He's got a company called Marketing With You,
Yep.
and it's an Inc. 5000 company, but I think you're in the top 1,000 or under the top 1,000.
Yep.
The guy is just smashing. He's like a coach of coaches. He helps a lot of people. He's helped other friends of mine have literally mind breaks. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you some deep questions. Kind of go into the beginning of where your internet marketing career went, and then where it kind of led you from there, and then hopefully just possibly even change someone's mindset or something like that, because I know you're really big at changing mindset and belief systems and stuff like that. So without further ado, if you want to just kind of introduce yourself to our audience, and then we'll take it off.
Absolutely. So, of course, Alex Jeffries here, welcome. So we're in beautiful San Diego right now. I'm from the UK. I was born and raised in Cardiff, Wales in the UK, and now I live in San Diego, so I feel blessed. So I have no complaints in life. And that's the one thing with business, just, if I'm speaking to entrepreneurs, the one thing with business is that we're always striving, we're always trying to go places. And contentment's never been a good thing for me. I've never wanted to feel content because that feels awkward. I always want to strive. I feel if I'm content, I'm not pushing myself. That's why I didn't like meditation, because I thought that it would take my edge away. What I've realized is that actually being content, giving gratitude for, just that the sun's out, just really makes me feel a lot happier. And that's just transcending in business now. Just people are just really, it's something's happening right now with a business that's blowing up. So anyway, San Diego's a good place to run a business, right? Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, it's beautiful here. We're here actually for TNC, and Alex is here. He lives here. You've been living here now for almost a year now.
Yep.
How long's it been?
Yeah, 14 months.
14 months. Awesome. And you're loving it, I take it. It's a little bit. You were in Cardiff, I believe.
It was raining. The weather was bad. It was gray. It was cloudy. Built a successful business there. But now I'm here. I just feel, I don't know, something about this place is just making things good.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm happy.
All right. Well, let's dive deep into it. Let's get the beginning. What was the first? What was your first breakthrough into the internet marketing game at the time? And then we'll get into the coaching stuff as well.
So I had an import company from China, and I was importing motorbikes from China. And, it was doing well. I was selling these motorbikes all over the UK on eBay. And I learned something that changed everything for me. And the basis of it was, if you can make money, I haven't said this for years, it's like years ago, but if you can make money, you can make money. But if you can teach people how to make money, you can make 10 times the money. So I was like, wait a minute, I'm making this money with this motorbike business. Maybe I could teach it to others what I'm doing. So I ended up writing a book called Easy Profit Auctions, sold that book, and then that was the start of it, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. And that's so cool that you're actually started out kind of doing drop shipping in a sense, right? The first drop shippers on eBay in a sense, reselling products. That's phenomenal. It's like one of those things that I think that anybody could practically do is start selling. That's a good way to get started online.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I helped a lot of people get started that way, That was my start in teaching people business. And I was like, oh, wow, I like this. Yeah.
Cool. So that was your first breakthrough.
Yep.
Now, what about before that? Was there some times where it was really tough, and maybe there was a couple of things that you launched, or maybe there was a couple of business deals or something like that?
I think
or did you have success right away?
It's that overnight success, right?
Yeah.
Of course, it took me 24 years to launch that first business. No, I had a good character. People liked me. I realized at 16, I was at 16, I realized that I was a likable person. And that's not being, I just realized I'm a nice person. I genuinely care about people. So, I knew something was happening, but I had no formal education, and I had, so I didn't want to study anything. But it was only when I learned about business that I actually really started to actually be interested in education, because I dropped out of school, didn't do any, no GC, no qualifications whatsoever. Dyslexic, they didn't know, So pretty much when I learned about business, I started getting involved with it. I really excelled, So it was quite quick because I took to it. In school, I would sit at the back of the class. At seminars now, I'd sit at the front of the class.
Okay, cool.
You with me?
So there was something that might have changed with you that I would say, influenced you at that point? I mean, you were a likable person, but there's got to be what was that entrepreneur spirit or the breakthrough? Was there a mentor, or was there something that sticks out?
Well, that was it. People kept telling me that you shine. You know, people were telling me like there's something about you that shines. So when I had the motorbike business, then when I transitioned into the training business, it kind of felt natural. You know what I mean?
Wow, cool. Yeah. So you were sort of naturally fell into it instead of being sort of conditioned for it, or getting like a coach at that time. Was more of you were just kind of naturally really good at it.
Well, I had coaches, and this the main takeaway here is get coaches and mentors.
Yeah,
like, that's the main takeaway. If we just say nothing else, because I would find whoever is the best in the game of whatever I wanted to learn, and I would hire that person.
Awesome.
Even if I didn't have the money, even if I had to get on I got myself into credit card debt, I got my wife into credit card debt, I got my mum into credit card debt to pursue the business. It wasn't like I just fell into it. But I was naturally going that way,
Right.
And I guess everybody has to figure out where they naturally go.
Sure.
For me, it's just
feels right.
For me, it's speaking. Put me on stage. That's what I do. Just put me in front of an audience. That's what I do.
Cool. Was there any mentors that kind of stick out for you?
Absolutely. I was blessed. Last night. Mike Filsaime walked me back to. I was at a party with him last night, and he walked me back here. And I put him in an Uber then. But Mike Filsaime was my first mentor.
Very cool.
And I say first mentor, I had lots of people before that, but he was the first person who really got me going. Like he sat down and really looked at my business with me and took it to the 6-figure level when I wrote that first book. But then he introduced me to Rich Schfron. And Rich Schfron, I think you were here last year when I interviewed Rich.
Yeah, you guys introduced me to Rich, and that guy was amazing, phenomenal.
Rich is an incredible person.
Yeah.
So he was my mentor. So Mike said to me, look, this is my mentor, Rich Schfron. You need to work with Rich. So then I started working with Rich, and he got me into the millions, So then I started making millions. And then Rich introduced me to Dan Solivan. So I went to meet Dan Solivan, and then Dan Sullivan's just an amazing mentor. These 3 guys just highly recommend, And there's so many other people, but Dan Solivan really, my business was growing at that point. So a lot of people were teaching marketing, sales, marketing. What Dan Solivan taught me was about structure of business. And then Michael Gerber. Work on the business, not in the business. So I'm
yourself out of the business and work over it.
Yeah, so I'm really about leverage and delegation. I'm all about not doing anything. If I can get out and just be a strategist, that's my main thing.
So like systematize strategies, put people in those positions, and then just kind of inspect and expect what you inspect.
So for me, it's an interesting way of saying it.
Yeah.
For me, I come up with the idea, and then I can't implement it.
Okay.
But then Adam, my business partner, is able to then execute.
Right.
So I come up with these ideas. I say, we need to do this, we need to do this. Like, whoa, they're good ideas. I'm like, okay, but now you go and do that.
So Adam Davis is like the project manager of the business.
Yes.
Awesome. He's a phenomenal guy too.
Yeah, he's an incredible guy.
Yeah.
He runs the business. He has the say of the business because I give him the say. It's like whatever you say, we do. But I come up with 20 ideas. We use one of them. It's like, I'll forget those 19. We use this one.
That's awesome. That's good though. It's a good partnership. It's
Yes.
it's the yin and the yang of your business, and it's so important to have a partner.
And the lesson in that, if I can just give lessons, is take ego out. Have no ego. It's so easy to get an ego. It is so easy to have your ego. Just leave the ego. Try. I mean, I'm very egotistical. Some of the things I say.
There was something you said to me last year that actually made a lot of sense, and I think that some people could take it the wrong way.
Okay.
But I took it the best way.
Okay.
And I'll share it with everybody because it was awesome. He said, "I'm the baddest mother you know what in here," and he said it's all about how you believe in yourself. You
Yes.
said that to me, and that was like one of those good little keys that I picked up, and I was like, what, that is actually genuinely cool because it actually is about how you picture yourself, like the belief systems of yourself.
Absolutely.
It's self-talk that brings you and puts you in the positions to be successful, and that was what it meant for me at that time. It wasn't about I didn't take it egotistical, but I could see how people could.
Of course. And what's interesting the other day, and like I'm going to be speaking to my coach now in a minute, I have a call with my coach in a moment. The other day I had 2 people in front of me, and the one person was so excited by me and was feeding off me and hyping me up. Mm-hmm. And the other person sitting next to me was rolling eyes and it was so interesting. 2 people right in front of me. One loved it, one didn't. And then I spoke to my coach about it, and my coach was like, well, which one do you want to play to? Do you want to play to this one and downplay yourself, or do you want to play to this one and be, who you are? sometimes you're going to rub people up the wrong way.
Sure.
But my confidence is not arrogance. My confidence is I study a lot, I implement a lot, and I'm changing a hell of a lot of people's lives.
Yeah.
Then I become confident.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's get into what you do now, what you're actually doing for people. I know now you're like the coach of coaches in a sense. I know that's part of your programs.
And one other thing before we even get into my stuff, it's like, Mike Marin, right?
Yes.
So Mike, I believe...
Spent a lot of time with him today, actually.
Okay,
yeah.
Very cool. So Mike's a buddy of mine, and we flew Mike out to live with us for 6 months in the UK. Put him up, and he lived with me for a couple of weeks, and then we put him up in a place, and he's come into my office, and he saw everything we were doing. And Mike said to me, he said, and he's one of the smartest dudes I know. Like, Mike Marin is just incredible.
He's copywriter.
So smart.
Yeah.
He's smart, man. Like, when I need help with something, if I'm trying to figure something out, I phone him.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mike, this is what I need to do, and he tells me what to do. He's living with me. He's like, Alex, I've never seen somebody just have such a belief system, such self-talk like this. And what I do is I watch YouTube videos, those like motivational videos, all the time. Just keep watching those things over and over and over and over. And I'm just telling myself, like, I'm good, I'm fine, And then that's how then as you walk around, you're much more confident, you're much more attractive. Again, some people are going to get rubbed up the wrong way by it, other people are going to love it. But it's if you believe it, if you really want to help people, whatever business you're in, I think confidence is everything.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's part of those belief systems. Again, is the confidence and building yourself up and kind of power positioning yourself in a sense to where when you can go somewhere, you can kind of bring things in, I guess, that you need to go further.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, yes, for power, yes. I don't do it that way though. Okay. I just believe it. This is it. This is how it is. Like it or not, yeah, this is how it is.
This is how it is.
This is how it's going down, by the way. This is how it's going down.
Nice.
Everybody has to listen. This is how it's going down.
I love it. So guys, that is key. Think about that. If you believe in it, it's what it is. It's the reality.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I think one of my favorite sayings by Picasso is that everything is real if you believe in it.
Yep.
And that's what kind of makes me think about that saying, is that it is. And that's how Alex Jeffries lives his life. Yep. That's why he was inspiring to me for years, but also last year when I finally got to meet him, just because of that one thing he said. And then also the introduction to Rich Schfron was pretty amazing too, because I think I drilled him for like an hour.
Okay.
And his wife and business partner, she's like, you need to shut up. like people pay you for that. Can you shut up? He's like, I'm a teacher.
Well, and here's what's interesting. I don't know if I told you, January I spent a week at Rich's house with him. So he's writing a new report. It's incredible. Cool. So I spent the week living with him, which was just phenomenal. Me and him, so Kim left, she went to New York, me and Rich stayed in Florida, and we got to work. Now this is my mentor, and I got to live with him for a week. This guy is legendary.
Yeah.
This guy is legendary. And the confidence I picked up there with him, and I realized I was underselling myself. I didn't believe in myself enough. I was doing stupid things because he was observing me and telling me, this is a mentor of mine. He's like, Alex. So I come out of that situation with, another 7 figures in the business.
Nice.
It's great. So again, that's what I'm saying, mentors.
Mentors help you hack your own disbeliefs in a sense, and they help you, even if you're teaching it, and at the same time, we still are humans. We fall into the emotional circle sometimes, of like the broken record sometimes, and we need someone else to look in. And
if I can say one other
sure.
thing, so I think is important, Michal Masterson is somebody else who I'd class as a mentor.
Yeah.
His book's Ready, Fire, Aim, my number
Great
one
book.
favorite book. So I moved in the same street as Michal Masterson to be able to hang out with him. And I lived 16 doors down from him. And we used to hang out and drink, and one evening he literally, I was asking him all these questions at the cigar bar, and he called me out. And he said, pretty much you're an idiot, okay? This guy who's built $100 million companies, you're an idiot. And I woke up the next morning and I said, I quit running the company. I give the company to Adam. I said, Adam, figure it out, because you with me? So I guess what the point of I tell you that story is to, I've already spoke about remove ego, but don't have yes men around you, and really be pushed, be allowed to be, allow somebody, you need people to tell you the
kick your ass sometimes.
Yeah, you need that,
Yeah.
I need it,
Yeah.
and people tell me if I'm overconfident, people say, oh, relax a little bit. Okay, maybe I'm a bit, so you need it.
Yeah, cool. Very, very cool. I mean, that's, again, making me think about the fact that, we are all just humans, and even you know that feeling, you walk into a room and there's a guy that's just shining. Why is he shining? Why does he have so much charisma when you walk around him? It's because he has that conviction, and he has that belief deep down in him that's he's designed in himself because he believes it, because that's how it is. And honestly, that's how I felt about you. I think the first time I met you was like, I was like, this guy's got tons of charisma. He's like a fiery firecracker in the room, and you can't not miss him, you know. And the fact is you can get coached to that position. You know, you had a lot of natural ability too, but you also, it took amazing coaches for that to happen too. So
yeah, and over a period of time, you know, I've been coached by multiple people. And again, I'm focused on the highest level things. I'm not getting busy with all of the stuff. So I'm always thinking, the business is growing well. I'm coaching a lot of people. The confidence just grows. You with me?
Yeah.
So we're here, there's like 6,000 people here or something. I'm walking around like I'm the one. That's me walking around here. I'm like, I think I'm the one.
Cool.
Without being arrogant.
Yeah, no, it's, I mean, if that's where you want to go, you can take it that far. Or you could just find what your little niche is and be really good, be the best you can be, the best version of yourself. And I think out of everything in this interview is definitely get a coach, not only get a coach, but also work on self-beliefs, self-talk, do whatever it takes to get yourself in the position to where you can be that one, you can be that person, and ultimately it's going to come down to a coach, which I do. If you have anything else you want to add to that, if not, then we can talk about like what you're doing now, because I think what you're doing now is incredible.
Thank you,
I want to make sure that.
And I appreciate in this, I guess the one thing, we're good, I'll come back to it. Come.
The one thing, if you have the.
Well, I just think, because again, I don't know the audience here, so they may not be like I'm on the stage. You know, my business partner's the guy, you know, behind the scenes. I'm on stage. I'm the person. I'm the brand. Maybe, you know, these people have product or stuff that you're not a person. You know, a personality out there. Any business owner, what I'd say is don't beat yourself up so much. Give yourself some. You know, my mentor Dan Solivan talks about the gap. And we're always striving, like looking forward, and the goal is always like the horizon, it keeps moving, so you're always chasing something. And when you look back on what you've accomplished, it's such a good feeling. And it can beat depression, it can beat anxiety, it can beat a lot of things, just with the reflection. So I used to beat myself up so bad. I was so driven, like I want to be the best, I want to be the best, I want to be the best. I've literally for so many years wanted to be the best. Then I was like, wow, I'm beating myself up so bad. Like, now I've relaxed a lot, you know, I'm a lot more relaxed than that's, you know, so I would just say, just give yourself some breathing space.
Okay, yeah, all right. So yeah, that's definitely, so you could be the best, but at the same time, don't be so hard on yourself, because, you know, it takes time, it takes work, it takes dedication.
It takes time.
It does definitely take a lot of work.
My friend's downstairs, he's running this massive company, huge company, and the lesson he gave to me 2 years ago was, we're not in this for a month, we're in this for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Relax. You know, let's take our time with this. And he's built a $100 million company, you know?
Yeah, that's this TNC's always pulls together all the best of the who's who for all different industries. So this is definitely a cool event to go to. I'm really big about telling people to go to events, because you meet people and you do business with people, and you find coaches and you find breakthroughs, and you hang out with people, your type of people. Everybody here's on a different next level of a thought process. You know, everybody here buzzes together with the same wavelengths.
And there's so many incredible people here. Like, honestly, there's people just incredible. I look at these people, I'm like, wow. Like, I'm inspired. You know, last night we went out you were there, right?
Was at the internet marketing party last night.
Yeah. It's incredible people, you know?
Yeah.
Hundreds of incredible people, everywhere you turn. Like, wow, oh my God.
You have no idea who you're looking at sometimes until you figure it out. You're like, oh my God, that was so-and-so. Or like, I think last year I hung out with you and Mike Filsaime, and Mike Filsaime has always been someone that I really inspired to be and look up to, and learned a lot from his courses, you know, like his video courses and stuff. This is kind of, I guess that came from like learning how to put a set together and, you know, and be able to do it. I would have never been able to do that or understood that was the direction that internet marketing was going. And then to see how internet marketing has kept getting bigger in that sense, like the production value of everything.
And I guess the thing I was going to say earlier is life design. You know what you want. You know, a lot of people get so caught up in the wrong thing. What does he want? Here's the ego. If I quickly tell you, I moved to San Diego and I moved into this huge mansion.
I saw those pictures. It looked pretty sweet.
It was crazy.
Too big.
It was my ego.
Yeah.
So I got out of there because I was like, you know, they make me happy. So that's the thing. You know, life design. What makes you happy? It isn't materialistic things.
So now you've moved recently into a newer place. It's closer to your office, I guess, now, and
this is a newer home. It's smaller. It's not, it hasn't got 15 bathrooms I don't use.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Were you in Rancho Santa Fe?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a great area.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. That's by Del Mar, a little bit past Del Mar. Yeah, great area.
It's beautiful.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead and get into the next thing, which is, tell us about what, your business and how did you get it to an Inc., under an Inc. 1000 and, what you do for people now at this point. Like, how do you help people?
Yeah, so we built a coaching business. I was a coach, and we were making multiple millions a year, and we were keeping it very quiet. When you have something going so well for yourself, you can keep that section quiet. And also, because for a lot of reasons we kept it quiet, but I was under a non-disclosure agreement is the main thing with Adam. Okay?
Right.
Me and Adam and he was my consultant for like 5 years. I was his only consulting client. So he was getting a huge check off me. You don't share this stuff. Anyway, we hit the Inc. 5000 list, like we're on it 2 years now, so we hit the Inc. 5000 list like 2 years ago and then this past year, and that gets buzz. Now people are like, how the hell did you just do that?
You're on the radar.
You're on the radar. How did you just do that? So I was like, Adam, I promise you, we could actually teach what we've just done to all of these coaches, consultants, service providers. Like, we could actually really make a difference. And we assessed it. There was a lot of potential. And we said, and then we was with Mike Marin one night, and Mike Marin told us a story about burn the boats, and we shook hands, and the company was doing,
What's the burn the boat story?
Well, it's basically they went to Mexico. Nobody could take the gold from Mexico.
The Spaniards.
Yeah, I don't really know the full details of the sec, but Mike told us the story, and basically it's three things. That you could take the gold, die, or retreat. Okay, and when they were going there, they knew that people were getting scared. So as they got on the shore and they said, well, here's the speech. He said, the speech is burn the boats, because now there's only two options. You take the gold or you die. So now the people went forward to fight for their life. So when we heard that, we realized that we had this business that was really successful, and we could dabble over here and we could do this, but we would never do this to the full advantage. So we burnt the boats. We got rid of a multi-million-dollar business to focus on the new business.
Interesting.
And we literally, Mike told us a story, we looked at Adam, we shook hands. It took us 4 months to chop the business down because there's a lot of chopping away. But we chopped the business away, and I moved here the next day. As soon as I shut the doors, moved to San Diego.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. It was bro, and I'm telling you, the money.
Letting it go must have been tough. That
was incredible money. Incredible money. It was a bit of a mind mess, but I fully believed in what we were about to do.
You took action the next day.
Yeah, a month. I took a month off first.
Okay, but you came here, got settled in.
Yeah, settled in, and then I got to work.
Cool, man, that is crazy. And also, it's also maybe like for somebody, they might be in that situation.
Yep.
Right now, they could be thinking about where they're at and where they could be, or where their heart is. Maybe their heart isn't where they're at. Who knows?
And there's a few. If we really dissect what I've said here, I've been trying to hit certain points. There's quite a lot of interesting bullet points. If we looked at this as bullet points, what I spoke about, there's some really interesting bullet points that we shared.
Well, we will transcribe it and we'll have it on our site as well. So definitely will be there for everyone, and also Amazon. So Amazon hopefully will support us. Give us a good review if you like this. If you think this was a good episode. So let's go into your company a little bit more. You do coaching, so you're the coach, the coach of coaches. You help people in a very array of industries. You're, instead of just really focusing on maybe the internet marketing, I think you're helping people with a lot of different industries. Yes. So tell us about some of your best clients and what you've done for them. And
for takeaways, instead of just about me and story, if I can find takeaways in it, we systematized our offering. Scale is important in business. Too many people undersell themselves, undervalue themselves, keep themselves busy fools, procrastinate, don't know how to scale, So when we looked at restarting the business, we looked at it, instead of having lots of staff, and because I like to delegate, I'm literally about
delegate or die.
Yeah. So, but there's automation before delegation.
Yeah.
So what can you automate before you delegate? So we automated a lot of the stuff, and we built this process that now we can scale, and then we can add people on top of it to start managing it, running it, and growing it. So we're just now in the team stage. We've systematized it, we're doing well, but now we're going to start building the teams to grow it. So, I guess the lesson really is systemizing, processes, really.
Automation and systematize and delegate.
Yeah, and it's delegate, yeah. I don't even open my post. I haven't opened post in like 10 years. Unless it's a marketing piece, a direct response, like that direct mail, I don't open it. So I try and delegate everything.
Okay.
Because that just frees you up to
do what you want, what you should be doing anyway.
The highest level stuff.
Yeah, if you're since you're doing a lot of coaching, it's like you should be spending all your time really coaching.
No, it's good. It's a good
Okay,
thing. But I coach one group,
okay,
1 day a week. So they all come to the class and they all
it's a group
they
coaching
all
session.
line
they all
up.
learn with each other too.
Yeah, and they all line up and they ask me questions and
cool.
and I do that. But I don't coach.
Okay.
Because again,
but you're teaching them sort of how to coach, right?
No, I teach them how to do marketing because most of my time then is being able to focus on the marketing of the business,
Gotcha.
the driving of the business. Yeah.
Okay.
So what I really teach people is this. Normally, so at the moment I'm working with just coaches, and then we're going to be able to branch out. We're looking at financial advisors and stuff, and all these different industries. We have this concept called the telefunnel, and it's short for telecommunication funnel. And that means that we generate leads from the internet, educate them, and then they come for a phone call where they're going to sell them something expensive on the phone.
Okay.
So a lot of coaches need this because they don't know how to get clients. So what I help them do is I help them.
Good coaches are not good at marketing.
Yeah, so they're amazing coach. I'm like, I don't need to help you with a coach. What's your value? Oh, this is your value. This is incredible. Let's structure your pricing. Let's structure your offer so it's scalable. Now I help them with their marketing piece. Then I help them automate it. And then I help them drive traffic, and I help them sell over the phone. So
I'm glad you clarified that for me.
I teach all of that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Pretty
it's
awesome.
very cool. We have clients who, we're just killing it.
We don't have to say any of the clients' names or anything, but what are some? I know one guy that I personally know said that he's doing like $50,000 or $100,000 a month now since he started working with you. So
that's just several people last month had their first $100,000 month last month. It's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. The clients. We're changing clients' lives.
Yeah.
In a big way. So I'm very, very happy. I am. I mean, this was the best move ever because the last industry we were in, the clientele were a lower, educated clientele. These people now have value to give to the world. They're passionate people. These coaches are passionate. So we get to help them, get their message out there. That's great.
So that's definitely it's like another level avatar of who you're actually sort of your target would be in your business, and that's definitely another level of thinking. I would say that our visitor or our viewers are probably at all different levels, but I think that they definitely got tons and tons of nuggets out of this.
Yeah, I hope so. It's I didn't know what I was walking into with the questions, but I really hope that I could just remove a lot of the story out of it or myself out of it and listen to those bullet points because there's some very, very interesting things. That what I would do if I was listening to this and I caught this and I was on my computer and I was watching this, I would sit back, I would take notes, and I would then sit there on my own because I like spending a lot of time on my own, and I would think about my life design. What do I want my life to be like? You live once. I wanted to live in San Diego. I made that happen. Okay, so what is it you really want? And a lot of the time, I can tell you this from, we all have to go through it, because you can hear it and it doesn't really resonate. When I was, got the mansion, I thought that was the be all and end all. I thought it was, hey, it made me unhappy. Mm-hmm. I was like, wow, I've never been unhappy in my life. So, I chased the wrong thing, but it was for the wrong reason. It was to prove people wrong because I've always been driven, and here's another great bullet point. Why are you driven? What drives you? For me, it's proving people wrong. If you tell me I can't do it, I'm going to do it. That's how I operate. Yeah. It isn't that I want this money or I want this thing or I want that. It isn't that. It's not the pursuit. It's the I told you so. And what's amazing is I don't even tell them. It's like I just have it for myself. I proved him wrong. So that's what drives me. What drives you?
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of different things drive everybody differently. Yep. It's funny though that you say like that because it's like the you've had people maybe in your life that maybe were saying like, you can't do this, and you're like, no, I can do this. Yeah, I can do
My
this.
whole life I've had that.
Yeah.
My whole life is, my whole life people said, you can't do it, you couldn't do this, you couldn't be that, why, no. But who do you think you are, you know?
Yeah,
Well, why
who
do you
tell me
think?
I can't do it?
Oh, it's like, okay, well, let's start
Now I know how to
learning.
motivate you.
100%, that's how you motivate me. Let's start reading, so, you know, and then reading, so a lot of reading.
A lot of reading.
Yes.
Yeah, the reading is definitely what. So you mentioned Ready, Fire, Aim. That's a phenomenal book.
Yes.
What other books would you recommend?
Anything by Michael Masterson, anything by Dan Kennedy, anything by Dan Solivan. If I were just to say those, and you just go to Amazon and just buy all of those books, like you find anything by Michael Masterson, anything by Dan Kennedy, anything by Dan Solivan. I don't think you can get Dan Sullivan's on Amazon. You can go to strategiccoach.com for him though. And I could go on and on and on about books, but they're just some incredible, some great reading. You know, I envy you. I don't really envy you, but you know, it's like, wow, it's. Yeah.
So what's the best way someone can get in touch with your business? Like we have a coach that's maybe struggling with some marketing needs, and they're great, phenomenal. There's like a lot of great coaches out there, but they need the extra help. Like, where could they find you?
Well, I think the best place to go would be to watch my presentation, helpmescale.com.
Helpmescale.com.
Yeah, I would watch that presentation. I think that would really help, you know, not only coaches, I think, and also for a good presentation, even if you want to build like an online webinar or something, go and watch the webinar and see how we've constructed it.
So you construct your webinar.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good, you know. So and that's automation. You know, I've said it once. You know, because the one thing is I don't want to go to stage to stage to stage speaking to audiences when I can do one speech, record it, stick it online, and run traffic it every day. And it runs every 30 minutes of the day, you know, so it's good. So yeah, check it out, helpmescale.com.
Awesome. Well, Alex, thanks so much for being on the show.
I appreciate it.
Much respect.
Yes, thank you, my man. I appreciate this. And again, you know, my story out of it, I was trying to find where I could explain story for bullet points, because I think we covered some good things.
Oh yeah, we covered so many things that, you know, you could probably rewatch this episode a few times and just take notes, like Alex said, make some bullet points, take some notes, think about these things, think about how you can implement them fast into your business. And then also, you know how to reach Alex as well if you feel like you need some help. Yeah,
and you can implement some of them fast. Like you can literally, you know, sometimes people tell me.
Implementation.
Yeah, and sometimes they're long things. You know, maybe it's the life design. It's like, okay, this is where I'm going to take it. This I'm going to transition into my new business. This is what drives me. You know, so yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Awesome, guys. Well, you've just watched another phenomenal SharkBites.tv. Again, I hope you watch this over and over a few times. Give us a good review. We are going to turn this into a podcast down the road so you can listen to it while you're driving down the car. But again, I appreciate you guys, the viewers, because you do make this show. We're going to continue to grow this. We're going to continue to go to more events, see and seek more 7, 8, and 9-figure entrepreneurs, and give you some sort of mindset change. This is Carl the Shark Schuckert. Thank you for viewing the show. See you soon.
Peace.